In this session, the Human Health and Disease Part 3, I will discuss. So here in this video, the bacterial diseases under this category, some of the examples are A is sigillosis. So it is a bacterial disease. Generally, more species are there. That's why they're calling it sigillous species. And through this, generally indirectly or directly, it may be affecting the person to person, also directly affecting the sigillosis species related categories of the bacterial disease, and indirectly through food and water contamination by feces as well as the root areas, and affecting the intestine areas. And what are those abnormalities are sometimes abdominal pain we are observing, dehydration, the water loss, and blood and mucus in the stools area we have been observing. So this will be the under sigillosis bacterial disease. And B is diphtheria, the causing agent, that is nothing but bacteria, Campylobacterium diphtheria. And here I will throw the passage of larynx, that is the sound box we are calling, a skin and nasal passage as well as the genital passage area happening through the droplet infection. So that's why sneezing time, obviously we need to keep some of the kerchief like that without spreading through air to other persons. Generally respiratory disorders or diseases, whatever, droplet infections playing a major role to transmit the person to person through air and contaminated food and water also. And here also droplet infection through that the diphtheria generally spreading from one person to another person. So what are the symptoms you have been observing here is the fever, the rising up of the body temperature, sore throat, and hoarseness, and difficulty in breathing. So respiratory related because of through the nasal passage and the larynx area, it has been spreading through the droplet infection. This diphtheria creating these are the symptoms in the human beings. And C is bubonic plague. So here the Yersinia pestis is a bacterial agent causing the bubonic plague and affecting the lymph nodes. Generally the lymph nodes playing a major role in the immunity system and spreading throughout the body, especially in the head and the neck areas more, and but the lymph nodes are present entire body of the system. And here the vector acting as a rat flea. The rat flea acting as a vector, that is generally Genocila Chiopis, that will be acting as a vector. And what are the symptoms you have been observing? The fever, headache, and swollen lymph nodes. The swelling up of this lymph nodes we have been observing in our body because of the bubonic plague that is caused by Yersinia pestis. And the D is tetanus. It is also one type of the bacterial disease. They are all under bacterial diseases, and the causing agent is Clostridium tetani. And here spasms of muscles, generally muscles affecting, unable to move, and rigidity also in the jaw muscles area that will be affecting and transmitting through the wound as well as the infection, wound whatever that infected persons in some of the areas, it may be transmitting through the wound infection. And what are the symptoms you have been observing? The rigidity of jaw muscles, so unable to contraction and relaxation of the muscles, and the tightening and tension we have been observing in the muscles, and increase of heartbeat and the spasms of muscles of jaw and the face. So these are some of the symptoms we have been observing in the tetanus, generally affecting more on the muscles area. And here the E is tuberculosis. So the causing agent is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and spreading through the droplet infection, and especially the lungs area more affecting and transmitting for person to person also through the nasal discharge, through the droplet infection, and it has been passing through the nasal discharge and through the droplet infection affecting to the lungs, and person to person it has been transmitting. So that is under tuberculosis category. Thank you very much.